Welcome to The Explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled you're here today because we're tackling one of the most exciting and honestly kind of frustrating first steps of entrepreneurship, securing your actual business name. We are going to go step by step through a complete tutorial on how to check and claim your dream LLC name in Washington state. And we're going to do it so you are totally empowered and ready to hit the ground running.
Ever wondered how to check if your dream business name is available in Washington state without spending a dime? Stick around because I'm going to show you exactly how to do it for free. That's right, there's literally no need to rack up expensive legal fees just to do your initial research. The state actually gives you the tools, and today, you're going to master them.
Okay, let's dive into our roadmap for today. First, we'll cover the Washington LLC name search rules. Then we'll walk through a step-by-step CCFS guide. After that, we'll decode your search results, look at some pro tips and common mistakes, and finally wrap up with your next steps and our legal disclaimer. All right, starting with Section 1, the Washington LLC name search, and why choosing a unique name is absolutely crucial. So before you even think about filing your articles of organization, you gotta understand that the Evergreen State has some pretty strict naming guidelines. If you don't follow them, your application just gets rejected, period. The core legal standard Washington uses is called distinguishability. It's codified under RCW 23.95-300. Basically, this statutory standard means your name must be demonstrably different on the Secretary of State records from any active, registered, or reserved entity name. So, a simple spelling tweak, like maybe adding an S or changing some punctuation, that's usually not going to save you from a rejected filing. It has to be genuinely distinct. Now, the crucial point here is making sure you follow the foundational rules perfectly. Every Washington LLC name must include a designator at the end, things like LLC, LLC, or the full limited liability company. Furthermore, your name absolutely cannot imply any sort of affiliation with a government agency, no way. And watch out for restricted words. Terms like bank, trust, or cooperative, while those require special authorization. Missing a designator or using a restricted word, those are literally the most common reasons an LLC filing gets denied right out of the gate. Moving right along to Section 2, our step-by-step CCFS guide. We're navigating the Washington Corporations and Charities filing system. Now, what's really interesting about this next part is how incredibly easy the state makes it for us. Let's look at the exact mechanical steps you'll take on the website. Step 1, just navigate to the CCFS portal, which again is completely free. Step 2, you're going to see a login area at the top. Just scroll right past it. Seriously, no account is required to search. And step 3, okay, here is a massive pro tip from our sources. Enter a single keyword from your desired name. Leave out all those extra spaces, punctuation, and whatever LLC designator you plan to use. Searching just that core word gives you the absolute most accurate results. So the CCFS portal offers 3 different search functions. You've got Contains, which pulls up results with your term anywhere in the name. Then there's Begins With, which obviously gives you names starting with your term. And Exact Match is just that, perfect matches only. Now, if you're doing a clearance check to see if your name is available, you really want to rely on the Contains search. It's hands down the broadest, safest way to ensure you aren't picking a name that's too similar to one that already exists. All right, let's move into Section 3, decoding your search results. We're going to figure out what the database is actually telling you. And don't worry, getting a wall of results really isn't scary once you know what to look for. Once you hit search, you've got to know how to read the entity status. Look at the stark contrast here. If you see an active status, well, that name is currently in use by a legally operating compliant business. It is completely unavailable. Just move straight to your backup name. But if you see an inactive status, meaning the business is dissolved or no longer compliant, it might seem like the name is totally up for grabs, right? Actually, scratch that, be careful. An inactive status is a massive red flag. It still requires careful legal review before you try to claim it, just to ensure there are no lingering holds or rights attached to it. And that brings us perfectly to Section 4, Pro Tips and Common Mistakes, looking beyond that basic CCFS search. Beginners often stop after checking just one database, but to do this right, we have to look at the 3-layer cake of business naming. The first crucial difference you need to understand is between the state agencies themselves. The Secretary of State's CCFS system is used to register formal legal entities like your LLC or corporation. But the Department of Revenue, or DOR, is where you register trade names, also known as DBAs or doing business as names, usually for branding purposes. A name could be totally clear in the Secretary of State database, but actively being used as a registered trade name over in the DOR database. And this brilliantly illustrates our 3-layer strategy for total brand clearance.
Layer 1, search the state CCFS for LLC conflicts. Layer 2, search the DOR business lookup to make sure no one is using it as a trade name or DBA. And Layer 3, search the federal USPTO database to ensure you aren't infringing on a federally registered trademark. If you clear all 3 of those, you are in a fantastic position.
While we're on the subject, let's point out some frequent errors entrepreneurs make. First, never ever assume that just because the .com domain name is available, the legal name is clear with the state. They are completely separate systems. Second, and this is a huge myth, believing that a Washington trade name or DBA grants you exclusive trademark ownership. It definitely doesn't. It just lets the state know who is operating under that brand. And finally, if you do go ahead and register a trade name, don't forget the state charges a $5 fee per name on the application.
Let's move to our final runway section 5, next steps and legal disclaimer. It's time to shift from research mode into action mode on your available name. Okay, so you've done the research, you've checked the 3 layers, and you found it, the perfect available name. What now? Well, 180. That is a very important number for you right now. If your desired name is available in the Secretary of State database, you can actually reserve it for exactly 180 days before you officially file your articles of organization. It's an amazing way to just lock down your brand while you get the rest of your business paperwork in order.
Now, before we wrap up, please note this brief disclaimer. This explainer tutorial provides general information for educational purposes and should not be taken as legal advice. We highly recommend you consult a qualified legal professional for specific guidance regarding your business and trademark needs.
So with all that knowledge securely in your back pocket, I have one final question for you. What is your dream Washington business name going to be? Seriously, go open a new tab, head over to that CCFS portal, and start searching right now. The perfect name for your new venture is out there waiting for you. Thanks so much for watching and happy building.